Okay, so basically what we have here is I am going to show you how to use an Android device to flash firmware onto your microminnim OSD. First thing you're going to need, of course, is the microminnim OSD. You're also going to need an FTDI breakout board or FTDI adapter. You're also going to need an OTG cable along with that. So you'll have your microminnim OSD, your FTDI breakout board, and your OTG cable to connect to your Android device. Now, this works if you don't have a computer. So if you don't have a computer and all you have is an Android device and you still need to flash firmware to your microminnim OSD, this is the way to go. So you get the OTG cable, correct? And you have this whole setup right here. This breakout board is actually perfectly suited for the microminnim OSD because it's a straight across deal. What you have here is the ground, CTS, 5 volt, TX, RX, DTR, and what you have here on this side is the same except for the RX and TX are switched around so that it's a logical sequence. RX to TX, TX to RX. So this breakout board is a Key Studio FT232RL, I believe it is, ISP. It works pretty well. It matches. So anyways, you're going to need the OTG cable. You're going to need an Android device. You're going to need this whole setup right here, as you can see. And you're going to, on your Android device, you're going to want to download Arduino Droid. So you're going to need Arduino Droid, and you're also going to need the Arduino Hex program. So you're going to need Arduino Droid and Arduino Hex. Now the first thing you want to do, of course, is you want to plug in your, device here, and as you can see, all your lights will light up, and you'll get your light lit up here. Now, you should have a green light, or at least, so on and so forth. Now, what you're going to need to do is you're also going to need on File, you're going to want to go to Google. You're going to want to look up MWOSD downloads, and under downloads you're going to want to download the Scarab OSD file for R1.9. Now R1.9, it won't, you can't actually open it in your file because it doesn't have the Windows operating system, but you can still use the Arduino Hex program. So what you want to flash the firmware. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and, hold on just a sec, I get blacked out on this board. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and go to Arduino Droid. Now this is kind of tricky, but what you want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and go up here, go to Sketch, go to Libraries Example, go to EEPROM, select EEPROM Clear, and it should come up with this right here. Remind you, this is all connected to your Android device. Now EEPROM clear, you're going to want to go ahead and select compile sketch, compilation finished. It'll say compilation finished. Then you're going to want to hit upload, and it's going to ask, okay, hit okay. It'll start uploading. It'll say sketch uploaded. Bingo. And then what you're going to get is a solid green light on here. It's going to be solid, and that's how you know you're doing the right thing. You're going to get a solid green light. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to exit out of that program. You're going to want to go to Arduino Hex. You're going to want to go to this. It's going to ask use USB device. Okay. Now with this, you're going to want to, with the Arduino Hex program, you're going to want to select board, and then you're going to want to go to Arduino Pro or Pro Mini 5 volt 16 megahertz at Mega 3228p, and you're going to want to go through that. Now it's going to say select type upload, select hex file. You want to go to browse. Now this should have, when you downloaded the MWOSD file, you should save it to your SD card so that it'll say SD card right here, and you can go ahead and go to SD card, go to downloads right here, downloads, right, and it'll come to this. Now MWOSD R1.91-2, you're going to want to go to that. You're going to want to go to Scarab OSD, and then you're going to want to go to firmware. And it'll say select firmware, and you're going to want to go to that. Now from here you can do it with an Aeromax, or you can do it with the minnim. You're going to want to go down to minnim, so beta flight or clean flight hex, and you're going to want to select I'm using clean flight on mine, so I'm going to select clean flight, or I could use beta flight because I have another board that uses beta flight, so I'm going to select beta flight, and then go ahead and select, and that's going to show up right here. It's going to say upload firmware. Now what you're going to want to do is go ahead and upload, and what that's going to do is it's going to upload in progress, and it's going to show some numbers on the screen, and you're going to get some lights action going on here, and your green light's going to, what it's going to do is when it's finished, it's going to turn into a dim green light or a flashing green light. Now you'll see you get this little dim green light, so that's how you know it's uploaded. So that's all finished, and there you have it. That's pretty much done. Now you have your firmware uploaded for beta flight or beta flight onto your microminnim OSD using nothing but an Android device, and that is how it's done. So, we're good. Rock on. Anyways, it works. So, that's how to do it. If you don't have a computer, I recommend using this information that I'm giving you. All right, and that's how you do it.